Puget Sound, priceless jewel of the Emerald State. So large and beautiful, we take it for granted. So deep and wide, we don't see what desperate trouble it's really in. While it may look pristine on the surface, whole areas of the Sound are beginning to die, underwater, where we can't see it.
The fact is, nearly 140,000 pounds of toxic chemicals, including pesticides, fertilizers, soaps, oils, and pet waste, enter Puget Sound every day, largely through stormwater runoff. Hi, I'm Greg Rayburn. We'd like to talk to you about ways to save Puget Sound and improve the water quality of our local lakes, rivers, and streams. After all, Puget Sound starts here.
And I'm Doug Rice. Here is where each of us lives. It's our backyard, it's our driveway, it's our house, it's our neighborhood. Here is everywhere in the Puget Sound region. But what we do here is having a serious impact on our local waterways and ultimately on Puget Sound.
The good news is that we can fix the problem right here where you live and play. You are the solution.
We did a little searching and found a family willing to let us peek into their lives and help them understand their part in the quality of our water and what they can do about it as a family. The Miller family live in Lakeland Hills above Auburn. It's a lovely modern neighborhood. Their home is as about American as apple pie.
Hi, I'm Scott.
I'm Becky.
I'm Garrett. I'm Trent.
I'm Ella.
And who's that?
That's Cameo.
Hi guys, thanks for letting us come and talk to you today.
We're going to break up individually and talk to you about a few tips, okay? Let's go.
Like a lot of people, Scott sometimes washes his car in the driveway. Hey Scott, do you wash the underside of your car?
No, I don't.
Do you know where the soapy water goes after you wash your car?
No, I don't.
Let me show you. We did a little research and found out that soapy water from car washing in this neighborhood ultimately drains into the White River, which goes into the Puyallup River, and then Puget Sound. Our rivers are a major route for salmon, both coming and going to Puget Sound. And the problem is this: soapy water kills salmon fry. The surfactant, the stuff in soap that makes it sticky, actually sticks to the gills and makes them suffocate. There are alternatives. Take your car to a car wash. That water is sometimes recycled, but at the very least it goes into the sanitary sewer and gets treated. And the good news is that it washes off a lot of the oils and pollutants that stick to the undercarriage of your car. Scott, does learning this information make a difference to you?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Well, I have another tip for you as well. Waterless car wash. But we may need some help from the kids.
Yeah!
So, Garrett, I hear you're the one that mostly picks up Cameo's poop, is that right?
Yeah.
Can you show me how you do it?
Sure.
It's best to just double bag it. So Garrett, you see this dead spot of lawn right there, and then that dark green grass that's around it? Well, that's caused from Cameo's poop that got left there and nobody picked it up. And what happens is it'll kill the grass first, and then the nutrients in that poop will kind of make that dark circle there, and that's why there's these dark circles all over the grass. So you got to pick it up after it gets dropped there. Another thing that's happening is that when the rains come, it washes those bacteria from that poop down into the storm drain and then down into Puget Sound, and that's not good for the life in Puget Sound. In fact, there are almost 200 tons of dog waste deposited around Puget Sound every day. And this is no mild brew. Dog waste contains a lot of nasty bacteria and parasites that have been known to infect seals and sea otters and humans too.
Hi Becky, thanks for being brave enough to have us in your home. When you have old, expired, or unwanted medicines, do you ever flush them or pour them down the drain?
No, I never do.
That's great. A lot of people don't realize that once drugs dissolve in water, they are impossible to get out again, even when they go into a water treatment plant. It's much better for Puget Sound to take your unwanted medicines to a drug take-back program to make sure that they do not end up poisoning children or Puget Sound. Check out takebackyourmeds.org for participating locations.
So Scott, I'm looking at your yard here. It's a beautiful lawn and everything. It looks pretty much like everybody else's in the neighborhood. And I'm seeing like there's no weeds at all. Is that fair to assume that you use a weed and feed type product?
Yes, I do use a product.
And let me show you something about it, because there are certain problems with weed and feed products. First of all, there's 2,4-D in there. It's a pesticide that's really not good for kids and pets. But also it does something to the lawn. Let me show you by looking at a plug of your lawn, okay? So Scott, here's a cross-section of your lawn. And if you see at the very top, it's very dense with roots right along the top here. And that's called thatch, which really creates problems for the grass over a long period of time. And it's because that quick-release synthetic fertilizer is all releasing right up here the minute it gets wet. And what you need is a slow-release organic fertilizer. It will help to drive the roots, make them longer. They go down into the soil, and you'll have a healthier lawn out of it. So Scott, there's one more little test we can perform here, and that's the smell test, because on grass that's had weed and feed, there'll be a very slight petroleum smell from the 2,4-D in there. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. And so Greg has some more dirt simple tips for us on lawn care.
That's great, Doug. No weed and feed. But what do they do instead? Get some exercise and pull them by hand. It really doesn't take much time. Besides, looks like a great way for these kids to earn some extra money. Find a weed puller that works for you and enjoy some weed yoga. If you really can't pull your weeds, just spot spray the weed with the least toxic pesticide you can find. A thick, lush lawn is the best defense against weed invasion. One of the best ways to improve your lawn is not with fertilizer at all. Aerate your lawn, apply a ½ inch of fine compost, and spread it around with a rake. Then go out and sprinkle around some grass seed. Next spring, you'll be surprised at how healthy your lawn looks.
We would like to thank the Millers for bravely coming forward and for their willingness to make small changes in their lives. If we all did just a few things a little differently, we could actually change the course of history and save Puget Sound on our local waters too.
It's easy. Scoop and bag pet poop, avoid weed and feed type products, and take back unwanted medicines. Keep those suds out of fish gills by taking your car to a car wash or using dry wash.
To find out more yourself, check out the PugetSoundStartsHere.org website. There's more information on all the things we've talked about, resources for alternative products, and opportunities to get more involved. Have a healthy yard.
And a healthy family and planet, too.